You're listening to The Clevelander, where we're diving into all things innovation and transformation across the region. Each week, we'll take a look at the biggest business headlines in Greater Cleveland.
This week, we're celebrating some major wins.
There's a lot to unpack, so let's get started. Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving week. We're back for another episode of The Clevelander. Last week, we talked about all that exciting stuff happening downtown.
Yeah.
Like that downtown population boom and Bedrock's big riverfront project. And of course, don't forget about the WNBA bid.
So exciting.
But guess what? This week is even more exciting.
Oh, yes, it is.
There are some big things brewing in Cleveland. Now we're hearing about not one, but two potential major league teams that could be coming to Cleveland.
Yep. Cleveland is officially one of the top 3 finalists for a team in the National Women's Soccer League.
And who are the other two cities?
Cincinnati and Denver.
It's kind of crazy that Cleveland is the only top 20 U.S. media market that doesn't have a pro soccer team.
Yeah, and if Cleveland gets this soccer team, they're going to build a brand new $150 million stadium.
That's amazing.
And get this, it would be the first one in Ohio that is dedicated to pro women's sports.
That's going to be historic.
It really is going to be a historic moment for the city.
And where will this be?
So right across from Progressive Field.
Oh, wow.
And it'll hold over 12,000 fans.
That's going to be so great for the city if we win the bid.
Yeah, this has the potential to really change things.
For sure.
And it's not just about the soccer, but the investment that it represents.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that Cleveland is all in on women's sports.
I love it.
And speaking of serious investments,
Oh, boy.
let's talk about something else that's pretty remarkable.
Okay.
The Cleveland Foundation's Impact Cleveland Pool.
What is that?
It's a first-of-its-kind $37 million fund that invests exclusively in locally based public companies.
Here in Cleveland.
Right here in Cleveland. But there's a bit of a twist.
Oh, I love a twist. Tell me more.
The returns that you get from your investments, those are used to fund grants within the community.
So it's a win-win.
It really is.
You're making money and you're also making a difference here.
Exactly.
Wow, that's great.
It combines place-based giving with mission-related investing. So it appeals to a wider range of donors because it's not just about giving money away.
Right.
It's about investing in something that you believe in.
Okay, so how do they choose which companies to include?
Yeah, so it comes down to something called the Cleveland Index.
Okay, what is that?
So the Cleveland Index, it tracks the performance of the 33 largest publicly traded companies in the Cleveland metro area.
So like household names?
Yeah, we're talking Sherwin-Williams.
Okay.
And this index consistently outperforms the S&P 500. In fact, just last quarter, it beat the S&P 500 by 15%.
Wow, so this is really showing how strong Cleveland businesses are.
Exactly. And it's a good sign for anyone that wants to invest in the city.
So this Impact Cleveland Pool is investing in these companies from the Cleveland Index.
That's right.
But how is this Cleveland Index calculated?
So it looks at the stock performance
Okay.
of those 33 largest publicly traded companies that have headquarters in the Cleveland area.
Okay.
And it's weighted by market capitalization.
Yeah.
So the bigger the company, the more it affects the index.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But why are these 33 companies doing so well?
Well, there's a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it's because they focus on manufacturing and industrial companies, which are less up and down than something like the tech industry.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and some people point to their management teams
Right.
and their focus on research and development.
So they're doing something right.
Definitely.
This is great for anyone who wants to invest in Cleveland.
Right. You can invest in these companies that are doing well
Yeah.
and then also support those local grants.
It's really the best of both worlds.
It is.
Well, we've covered a lot today. Potential new sports teams,
Mm-hmm.
the Impact, Cleveland Pool,
Uh-huh.
the Cleveland Index.
Yeah.
But it all points to one thing.
What's that?
Cleveland is on the rise.
It really is. And it seems like it's all driven by this belief in the city.
Yeah, this sense of pride. And as you all gather with family and friends for Thanksgiving,
Yes.
let's remember to celebrate everything that's happening in Cleveland.
It's a city with a rich history, a vibrant culture,
Yeah,
and a really bright future.
it's looking brighter by the day. Well, on that note, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We'll see you next week for another episode of The Clevelander.
Bye, everybody. The Clevelander is an unscripted podcast brought to you by the Greater Cleveland Partnership and created using the latest in AI tools. To learn more, visit greatercle.com.